600 of his pictures have been exhibited, and he has won 1,375 awards in national and international salons so far. The other notable achievements in his journey in photography are he has already judged 70 international and 40 national photography exhibitions, salons. He was one of the jury member in a national level photography competitions organized by Photo Division of Information and Broadcasting Ministry of India. He has so far organized 23 wildlife photography workshops in the national parks of Bandhavgarh, Kanha, Satal, Munsieri, Bharatpur, Kaziranga, Kanha, Tadoba, Bandipur, and Ranthambore. Andhra Pradesh State Academy of Photography has published a book on the wildlife photographic journey of Mr. Satish, and he is the first time a Kannigada, means somebody from Karnataka, has been recognized by another state. He was the president of YPS, that is Youth Photographic Society, which is one of the oldest camera club of our country. He was president for 7 long years. For his achievements in the field of art photography, Mr. Satish was decorated as Karnataka's state artist. That is an honor given by Karnataka Lalit Kala Academy. And I would like to add, because I have had an opportunity to travel with him in Vietnam, he has a stamina of an Arabian horse. After the days shoot, when we are all dog tired and didn't want to go out, even we had no stamina to go out for dinner also, he used to go out at night with his camera. And while eating lunch or dinner at hotel also, his camera was always busy. I must admire his stamina. And one more good thing I always remember about him, when somebody asked him why he doesn't give his copyright on his pictures, he doesn't write his name on his pictures, he said that the creator, God, who has created everything on this earth, has not put his name on his creation. Who am I to write my name on my pictures? That was wonderful. I always remember that message, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And he has so far given 46 webinars since 2020, and this is his 47th webinar. With this small, it is a very brief introduction of him. I hand over the proceedings to Mr. Satish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And Mr. B.K. Agarwal ji introducing me is really a great honor for me. A very good friend of mine from more than 35 years in the field. We have been in touch with each other for a very long time. So friends, good evening, friends, and welcome to this presentation on travel photography. And I can see a lot of my very lovely friends with whom I have worked, with whom I have interacted, and there are excellent photographers who have come today to see what I have done in travel and street photography. Because in the field, I am known as a wildlife photographer, but I also do all kinds of photography, whether it is portraiture, architecture, landscape, wildlife, still life, everything, because I love to explore the genres of photography as such. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, today I'm going to take you onto a journey of one of my favorite subjects, that is travel photography. So let me start my presentation. Yeah, can you see it? No?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Is it coming, sir?
Yeah.
Can you see the full
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Okay. So friends, travel photography and street photography is the subject today. And uh, while you are traveling anywhere in India or abroad or wherever you are traveling, you also come across a lot of streets because until and unless you visit any streets, you cannot reach to your destination of that particular place. So both travel and street photography, they go hand in hand. So that means when you are traveling, you can also shoot a lot of street photography as such. So usually what happens, travel photography is one such genre of photography. It usually gives a this thing to photographer an opportunity to capture the tradition, the culture, the historical monuments, or the place, or the sense of travel in that genre. So you can shoot anything and everything. So I will show. I will in the future slides. I'll be showing you what are the things that you can shoot. So, but for any photographic uh, genres like wildlife photography or architecture or travel, street or anything, what is very important is the preparation, punctuality, composition, equipments, and storytelling value of the picture. So, what does it mean? So, but for travel photography, you need a lot of preparation, much in advance. Supposing if you are traveling to your destination in the month of January, you have to prepare right from now. The day, one, it starts to know which destination that you are reaching, what is important there, what are the cultural activities, what is the uh, local food, what is the local language, and what are the interesting things that you find there, and so many other things. Apart from this, the main preparation for the photographers is that what is the kind of images that we can do when we reach to that destination is the main preparation for the art photographers. So, supposing if you are traveling, unlike wildlife photography, where we have to take heavy tripods and heavy lenses like 600 mm, 500 mm, it becomes too heavy. We have to plan much in advance how to carry this and how many camera bodies and lenses and we have to carry all those things. But for travel and street photography, what we need is very short zoom or medium zoom and a body. Supposing if you are quite lucky enough, you can carry two bodies, which is always better and convenient. So you also know what are the subjects that you are shooting in that destination. So depending on that, you select the short zoom or the medium zoom. Short zoom is nothing but from 14 to 24 mm or 24 to 120 mm. You can use any zooms, which my favorite is 24 to 120 mm zoom. I usually don't go for 14 mm because it gives a lot of distortion. But of course, you can cut down the distortion in nowadays in Photoshop and Lightrooms. That is no problem. But still, I don't want so much of wide coverage in most places. So I use 24 to 120 mm. And supposing if you want something interesting, then you have to use 70 to 200 mm, which is very handy. Only these lenses is quite sufficient. And whatever I am telling and I'm discussing today is purely um, my personal view of travel photography. This is how I travel. So that's what I am telling. And punctuality, unless and until you are punctual enough to get up at 4 o'clock and be ready at 4:30 in the morning for sunrise or 5 o'clock for the sunrise, from where your photography starts for the day. In fact, Mr. B.K. Agarwal ji, when we were shooting in Vietnam, we used to be at the spot at 3:30 a.m. without any tea or coffee or anything, even breakfast. And that is the spirit of photographers. You have to be very punctual, otherwise you are going to miss opportunities. Composition is one such thing which is very important in all genres of photography, whether it is street or travel or wildlife or portraiture or still life. Composition is very important. Where to place the subject, how much to include, what to exclude, and what is required in the picture. All these things is composition, which you have to do then and there, because travel and street pictures, you cannot imagine yourself like I can do like this, I can take pictures like this, and I can include these subject exactly here, and I can take pictures. All this is only in dreams, not in practical ways. So you have to be composition, everything you have to do as you find the subjects in front of your eyes. Next is the equipments. Equipments is what I told you earlier, is the same two bodies and two lenses is more than sufficient. Tripods, I will come to that in the last when the question and answer will be there, because there you will understand better why I am not using tripods, why some people they use tripods. It all depends on individualistic photography. Then next, storytelling. Once I once I was telling in one of the clubs that your pictures should have a subject and a composition and everything. He should tell a story. So that person, he started telling how he ventured out from the house, how he went to the to the destination, what he did, where he climbed the staircase, from where he took the picture, all that. That is bullshit. That is not storytelling. Storytelling is of the picture. The picture should speak itself and tell the story. That is what storytelling means. And for travel photography, what are the things that you can shoot is generally, as all of you know, there today we have 90% of the participants here. They are all top class photographers. You all know what exactly you need to take in travel pictures and what are the subjects, like monuments and landscapes are the main cream of travel photography. That is where you find everything. Festivals, it keeps happening everywhere. So capturing this tradition and culture of that particular country or that particular place is also very important in travel photography. So people and is the main subjects in our pictures, whether it is travel or street photography. Supposing if you are showing a monument where there are no people at all, you have to take that picture, because supposing if you are giving that particular picture for any tourism people, they will not accept it. Supposing if you are giving the same picture where there are no people at all, the commercial people where they want to say, for example, if a private company or a corporate office, they want to show, they are opening up a office in Mysore, they want to show Mysore Palace, they don't need any people there, they want just Mysore Palace. Whereas tourism people, they want people, because people have to visit Mysore, then only they will get benefit out of it. So tourism has got a different view on the Mysore Palace. A commercial or a private venture people, they have got a different view of that particular place. Whereas when it comes to your own photography, then you have different views about Mysore Palace. So you have to keep all these things in mind, like for what I am shooting this picture, where I am going to sell this picture or use this picture. Depending on that, you include people or exclude people. And travel photography also consists of wildlife safaris. Also, whenever there is a sports occasion, whether it is a rural sports or official sports, even that also can be shot. Many of my pictures, nearly about say about 4 to 4,500 images, have been published so far in many of the magazines, newspapers, travel companies, everything. Below, you are seeing one of the Outlook Travel magazine here, the guidebooks. They have used nearly about 300 of my pictures for various guidebooks for almost about 7 to 8 years. So all my travel pictures, they used to be published in travel guidebooks by Outlook Traveler or Today Travel Plus and so many other travel magazines. And BHEL, they brought out a calendar on my personal journey of photography in wildlife. And that is the greatest honor that I got commercially. BHAL, such a biggest company in India, now one of the Navaratnas of Indian industry, they brought out a 2000 calendar on myself. About my bird photography and my journey into bird photography. And Myco is one of the private companies that they are one of the very biggest companies. Now it is called as Bosch. And they used many of my travel pictures, monument pictures, where you can see there are no people in these images. And likewise, I have been using my travel and street photography pictures for many of the publications where I write travel notes and travel destinations I cover for various magazines. So they all use my pictures there. So, friends, let us travel now, and I show you from where and what you can take pictures during your travel journeys to different destinations. So, our travel starts maybe from our own cars or the flight that we take or the train journey we have. From there, you have to start your photography. So my favorite right from my childhood is the window seat, whether it is in train or in bus or anywhere, window seat. Now, when I am flying, I make sure that I have to book my window seat much in advance because from there the angle is entirely different, the view is entirely different. So let me start my journey with my own state, Karnataka. The pride of Karnataka is the Hampi ruins, Vijay Vittala temple and Virupaksha temple. There are so many temples in this fantastic location. And from here, just about 3 kilometers is Anjanadri Hill, where Lord Hanuman was born. So we have such a pleasure in saying that Lord Hanuman was born in Karnataka and at this place called Anjanadri Hill. And this is the Virupaksha temple. And how many different compositions that you can keep taking in particular this thing. So there are variations, whether you can include a sadhu or some other people or anything. These are the complementary subjects that for the main subject, they are complementing. So you should use otherwise also called as secondary subjects. So you use all these things to enhance your images or the frames. Otherwise, it will go very blank. So this Virupaksha temple, I shot from Matunga Hill at 5 o'clock in the morning because Matunga is one of the beautiful place where you can go for sunrise. And during the sunrise, what else you can take in Matunga Hill is this. Many of the foreigners, they come to Matunga Hill not only to see the sunrise, but also to do yoga practice. And that is the place where they get enlightenment. Being a yoga teacher or a yoga student or anything, they will be waiting every day to take that time to do 1 hour yoga or anything before the sunrise and till about 8 o'clock. So one such situation where I found this lady from Netherlands. She is a teacher in yoga in Netherlands. She had come and she was doing, and I shot some of the images there. But whether to take permission or not, first you take pictures, then you take permission. So I shot some of the images because when they are doing something, they will get involved. These are the candid shots that we have to take without knowing. they knowing that you are shooting pictures. So first we have to take pictures. That is what I do. I don't go and ask their permission first. Like, can I take your images? Then they become very cautious about your camera and your presence. And instead of doing yoga like this, they will turn towards camera and then do yoga, which is not all that great. Then after taking pictures, I show them. They feel so happy. If you want, they'll post for more pictures, or else if they don't like, you delete the images. No issues. So that is where our this thing ends. But they love their images when they see in their camera because there will not be any people to take their pictures. They love it. I have been sharing her pictures even now also on her Instagram and on her Facebook uh, links. So she is very happy about it. And taking pictures from helicopter in Hampi is one of the fantastic experiences a photographer should go through because the total angle changes, how much coverage that you get. And I have, for all these pictures, whatever you are seeing today, I have used only 24 to 120 Nikon lens. So these pictures were taken from helicopter, and I don't use polarizing filter when I am in the helicopter. But otherwise, on the ground, without polarizing filter, I never shoot. So these are Vijay Vitala temple from the top. You can see the whole location, how beautiful it is. For every travel photographer, this is the Mecca. And until and unless you don't visit this, your travel photography is not full. So believe me, you must make a visit. If not, you have gone there, you must make a visit. One visit is not sufficient. I have been there about 30, 40 times till now. Still, I am not satisfied. So everywhere you get fantastic images. Now, this Belur Chanakeshava temple, built by Hoysalas in the 12th century AD, and the speciality of this temple is the sculptures, intricate sculptures that is carved in the using the soapstone, which is a very soft stone. They have used soapstone, and there is a world famous temple. Each and every sculpture or the design that you take, you may end up uh, taking pictures around 1.5 to 2 lakh pictures if you want to take individual uh, individual sculptures or small things and things like that. So many things are there. And nearby is the Shavanabelagula temple, which is the Jain temple. It has got the India's biggest monolithic statue. It is a single stone of Bahubali. And the deities you can see here, the two sadhus, Jain sadhus, are sitting and praying. And in travel photography, you can also take a lot of landscape images. It's not always that monuments or sculptures is the travel photography. Anything and everything, as I said earlier, landscape photography. Many people have seen joke falls from the front side where there are Raja, Rani, Roar, Rocket, four waterfalls falling. But this is entirely a um, different view or the point of view where you will get different location. From different location, I have shot this. This is one of the rarest view of joke falls. Black and white is allowed or not? Yes, travel photography, you can shoot both color and black and white. Why there is a difference between black and white and color? Um, See, usually what happens when there are no colors, people turn into black and white. And when there are more colors, people retain it as a color picture. But for me, I get an idea. It is not because of the colors, but because of the lighting and the subject, I convert into black and white images. So it is not on the color, my personal choice. Sometimes, yes, that works out very well when there are no colors. Why not turn into black and white? But uh, converting it into black and white, it needs a lot of experience and a lot of ideas also. You just cannot turn into black, white, and tell it is a black and white picture. Thanks to Shri Trish Kapoor. So from his resort in Kausani, I shot this picture of Trishul. So this was shot in the evening time, the last sunlight falling on Mount Trishul. How do you find, particularly for this image, how do you find it, whether it is the morning picture or the evening picture? So this particular mountain is facing north-south. So east is the right side from where in the morning the light will fall. West is in the left-hand side from where the sunset light will fall on from the left-hand side. So this was taken in the late in the evening. From the same location from the Buranj resort in Kausani, I shot this picture because when we went there, there was heavy rain in the morning. So throughout day it was like this. For me as a photographer, the photographer is one person where uh, he thinks that when there is no light, when there is no sunlight, the day is waste. He is a photographer. Photo artist. I am a photo artist. The photo artist, there is no good light and bad light for a photo artist. He has to make utilization of any kind of weather. He has to turn the whole scene into beauty by his technical capabilities of composition, knowing about the technical aspects of photo lenses, camera lenses, everything, and then use his brain or open his third eye and visualize the scene and take pictures. So there is no bad weather for me. I love this weather, the mist. That is where the drama is created. That is the beauty of for black and white interested photographers. That is the time that we will be waiting for. And of course, from the top, the Himalayan peaks, they look so lovely with the glaciers and other things, which we cannot see from the ground level. So from the air, you can see beautiful glaciers and the snow-peaked mountains, everything. And I went with Mr. Anup Shah to this place near Nainital. There is a Himalaya Darshan. From there, we have to travel about another 8 kilometers up the hill. From there, we get this view, early morning view. This was shot at around 5:45. I mean 6:30 or 6:45 in the morning, when the whole valley was so beautiful with mist and other things. You can see the ranges in different hues of mist and the layers, what you can see, you can really count it. And again, in front of Buranj, this thing, there was, when I said there was a full rain and mist was covered, slowly at 11:30, 12 o'clock, when we were having a hot sip of tea in the restaurant, we saw the mist is going up. The weather was slightly clearing. And I thought that now is the time that I have to shoot. Many people, they say after 9 o'clock, you cannot take pictures. For me, 24 hours, I keep shooting. My camera will be with me always and every time. I don't know when and where I get opportunity to take pictures. So here I shot this picture, and I knew when I take pictures, I know which one to keep color, which one to change to black and white. When you visualize this in black and white, immediately you will react to this image and take pictures. And same in this case also. This was also taken in Uttarakhand. My favorite place is Uttarakhand. For any time and any moment anybody invites me to Uttarakhand, I love to go there. And every nook and corner of the mountain is a place for landscape photography in Uttarakhand and even Himachal Pradesh also. And you should know which is really good for black and whites. Here I took some of the people with me when they came for Kausani workshop to this place, and I told them to shoot this picture like this. They did not understand. They said, there is nothing, sir. So I used my 300, 200, 400 mm lens, and I shot this picture at 400 mm. In 400 mm, I shot a landscape. Many of my landscape pictures are between 300 and 400 mm. I don't usually use wide angle lenses for landscapes because the perspective changes, your composition changes, and you can really compose perfectly well while you shoot itself. I nearly about 98% of the images that you are seeing, they are all originally taken how I saw. Cropping is done very hardly for just very few pictures, maybe 5 or 10. Otherwise, it is a full frame pictures. So I shot this at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I told them this is the telelens picture. You have to shoot like this. Many people they did not like. Okay, so I shot this, and this has given me a lot of awards in monochrome section. And this picture, the first time I went to Munchiari with Anup Shah, and I shot this picture. This picture, when I shot, I told Anup Shah ji that this is the picture. It looks beautiful in black and white. This was taken in 2007 when I first bought my D200. Straight away, I went to Uttarakhand and I shot this picture. This gave me first prize of 5 lakh rupees in DJMPC Coimbatore. So you don't know when your picture will get recognition and awarded or rewarded. So see the difference. The color also looks beautiful. The black and white also looks beautiful. But it is the lensman. He has to decide which one to use, and both. Sometimes like this, you have a. If you are lucky, both can be used. And the same place at the potato fields, there is a Panchuli peak and beautiful. The whole setup is so beautiful with the village view just against Panchuli peaks. Such a lovely location it is. And sometimes when you're shooting with the composition, keeping sky, more of sky, you have to include tree branches or leaves or or birds flying or so many things, which is the composition. It adds to the compositional values. And this is very rare kind of composition a landscape photographer does, because not many people do this. They don't get ideas maybe. So my friend was sitting here, relaxing in the sun in front of our lodge in Munchiari. So as soon as he got up and went out, I saw this beautiful red chair. So it was the most made up chair for my presentation on a touch of red. So I got this idea and shot this picture. This also has been published in publications, and this has been successful in salons also. And this is also one of my favorite pictures taken in one of the early mornings in Kausani in Buranj. And the beauty is in Buranj, when you get up or even in from the room, you can see Trishul and you can decide whether there is the time to go out and take pictures, or from the room itself you can shoot. So we went at 5 o'clock and set up all our cameras and tripods because it was low light at 5 o'clock, 5:20 like that. Then slowly the first light hit the mountain, and there was fortunately cloud pattern was there. So we got some very good pictures. In our stay of 5, 6 days, this was the only picture that we could see with the sunlight. And on my way to Everest Base Camp, I shot this picture. And this was shot in 2002 or 3 when I trekked to Everest Base Camp. And this is in Munchiari. There is a, it is taken at 14,500 feet. One of the very beautiful place from where You can see 180 degrees, all the Himalayan peaks. And early morning, we pitched up the tent in the morning there only. And next day, early morning, we got all these pictures. These are the guides. They are just going for scouting the place. And this is one of the last village, Mud village, it is called in Spiti Valley. So this is the starting point of the Parvati Valley, which is one of the most beautiful and the most preferred trekking route for trekkers. And this is the last village, and Spiti and Ladakh are the places where you get beautiful travel images you can make, because these places, it has not only got landscapes, but it has got village life, it has got people, it has got culture, it has got a lot of monasteries which is in the World Heritage sites. And you can see there's variations in the sand formations, the mountain formations with different colors, sands, and evening times, you will find most beautiful, interesting lighting there. And sometimes the shepherdess, they come with the shades. And again, you can see the Mud village on the left-hand side. This was taken at around 4:30 in the evening. And the light and shadows, it plays very important role. And of course, uh, both Ladakh and Spiti, throughout day you can shoot pictures because you will get this kind of lighting. And very dramatic lighting. Sometimes many people, they think that in Photoshop are having increased saturation or have given more contrast. Nothing. This is just in about maybe about 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes, I have processed these images. So when you take pictures, you should be dead sure about your exposure, your composition, your lens, what you are using, everything. If everything is perfect, then the final image will be just two buttons click away from the Photoshop. Then you'll get the best of the images. And these are some of the landscapes that in Spiti you can shoot, and with people you can take, and you can see the light that is coming through the mountains. And in Ladakh, there is a Pangong Lake, one of the most beautiful. It's a paradise on earth, I can say. And the blue that I have got here in the picture is not because of the polarizing. I cannot use polarizing here because it overdoes the blueness of the sky or the water. The water itself is like this, the natural color of water. You can see even the turquoise color of the water at the end of the shore. And you can see in the deep waters, you can see the beautiful blue waters, the blue sky. Here, this particular place, Pangong Lake, as well as Somoriri, don't use any polarizing. The natural light gives you too much of blue. And cloud patterns are the most important things for your landscape photography. If there are no cloud patterns or no cloud formations, then your landscape photography becomes dull. You may have to add something else later. Instead, when it is there, you utilize. And the local things like shepherds and the wild such wild horses, all those things you can add to make your image more interesting. In Nubra Valley, for travel photographers, is the place where you can take camels, people on the camel ride, the landscape, and the landscape lighting changes every minute. That is where the punctuality I mean. If you lose even 1 minute or 2 minutes, if you are late, the lighting changes a lot. So you have to be very careful and you have to be precise in uh, thinking how much to compose and what to compose and everything. So pre-visualization of an image is very important in landscape photography. And sometimes in the monasteries, if you go, you'll find some Buddhist monks. They're using all these cloths and other things. It adds color to your images. Or even some of the couples who come for morning walk near the lake and all, they make a good composition. Or early morning, as I said, this was we saw the first light, dramatic light in the sky at 4 o'clock in Pangong Lake, in Somoruri Lake. And as we came out of the lodge and walked about a kilometer, then I saw slowly the sun is peeking through the clouds and the whole mountain is slowly lighting up with the golden colors. And this is one of the most beautiful scene that I saw. And this was a dramatic sunrise I saw on that day on Somoruri. And this just before the sunrise. And just before the sunrise, the cloud formation and lighting will be very dramatic. And exactly after the sunset in the night evening, you will find the same kind of dramatic clouds. And of course, for travel photography, when you go for monasteries and particularly during the festival times, you will definitely get a lot of very good images, both people, their expressions, and their tradition and culture, the dance, the festival organizing, the sing, and the instruments that you might not have seen anywhere. You will come to know about those instruments and dresses, all those things. So here you can see some of the monks sitting at the front, and another monk is in the dance form. And the children, they make a very good they sing during travel pictures. Yes, this also can be is a good example of a travel picture. So all these images, all the subjects are all comes under travel photography. So here adding element is the landscape. I could have taken only these three monks with the flags, but the monument, I mean, either the monument or the historical building or the landscape at the back, it adds value to your composition. So I may not have to explain where I have taken this picture. People, when they look at this picture, they will get an idea whether it is taken in Sikkim or in Dharamsala or in Ladakh or in Spiti like that, but it will be in Himalayas. So they will get an exactly the idea. This is a storytelling point where the monks they are basking in the sun and with beautiful prayer flags you can see. So all these things factors it makes the picture more meaningful. And the Buddha, the golden Buddha, taken in the golden light at 4 o'clock in Ravangla in South Sikkim. And this particular Buddha is one of the biggest Buddha that I have seen. And when I went here, just about 10 minutes back, it was drizzling. So I did not see this light at all. Then we were having chai in the near shop, and the drizzles stopped, and slowly the cloud started opening up. That is when the golden light was falling on this. Immediately, I ran to this spot and shot all these some of the images there. Then there's the Darjeeling train drivers in late in the evening. By looking at this picture, you will also know there's a storytelling point of picture. Like it is a winter, so they have a lot of coldness. So they are just getting heat out of this fire. And also by looking at the background, you can see these are the trains, the toy trains, what we call heritage trains from the Darjeeling. So this is a storytelling point of image. And when you go to Andamans, you can see, you can take seashores with the people, with the trees, and only the trees. And these are all the subjects for various purposes, whether you want to make a portfolio of it, or whether you want to make a greeting card, whether you want to make a calendar or whatever. So you'll get various chances of supposing if you are making a portfolio on clouds, this is one of the subject, or if you want only the seashore, this is one of the subject. Likewise, at one place, you will get so many ideas. So we cannot say that we have to be ready for everything and we have to shoot only this and that. No, you have to act accordingly when the situation arises. And this is one of the lighthouses which they had used it for 5 rupee note long back. Some few years back, our 5 rupee note had this particular picture, exact picture with the lighthouse. And there's a cellular jail in Port Blair, Andamans. And there's the front of the cellular jail. And this picture has given me a lot of awards in travel category. And this was taken in Papikondalu in Rajamundry. Um, this is actually they had put up this mast in red and yellow. So this was taken as they were coming and they were fishing. And you can see once they put one person when they put a fish net, the other person putting fish net in the half. So this gives a better this thing. So for in this case, you have to take number of shots. You cannot be one or two and wait for them to put the fish net again like that. So adding touch of red is one of my favorite compositions in my photography. There's Rajamundry Old and New Bridge. These are all in travel photography. What is important is showing the historical importance of that particular place. So historical importance is such that the old bridge is almost about 200-year old. The new bridge, what they have comprised, I mean, the built is almost about 10 to 15-year old. That's all. But for the future generation's sake, these are all the things that we have to capture. And this is one of the early mornings, just before the sunrise. The sun is still behind the mountains. This was taken in Papikondalu. And this is first sunrise in Taj Mahal. Just behind the Taj Mahal, we went in the early morning and shot these pictures. And there was it was full of mist, and that is what we wanted. And this I pre-visualized it and anticipated. I think there must be my friends also here participating today. I think they'll watch for me. That previous day I told them tomorrow morning we will go to Taj Mahal. We have to get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock and leave the lodge and go to this place. We have to come from Bharatpur to Taj Mahal. And I told them in the morning there will be mist and we'll get sunlight. It will be fantastic. And exactly we got it. So this is what we call as anticipation. Because how do we get this? By knowing about the place, by talking to people, by seeing pictures of others, and seeing the pictures in books, magazines, things like that. So we have to refer to all this when you're planning for your trips. We should refer to magazines, brochures, and other things. The other important factor about monuments and temples is that you should know which direction it is facing, whether it is facing east or west, so that you can plan to go either in the morning or in the evening. If it is north to south, you can go anytime because both the times you get very good lighting, side lightings. So that is how you have to plan it. So this was also taken in one of the misty mornings in Taj Mahal in Yamuna River, just behind the Taj. And rural sports, as I was mentioning in my first images, sports is also very important in travel images. And this is a Kambala, one of the cultural sports, rural sports that we have in Karnataka in coastal areas. And if anybody is planning, this is a time. Now it has started. It will be there for up to February, March. And every day or the other, you have to see the calendar and plan it. You will get it in different places. And there is one of the Idukki backwaters in Kerala in the one of the evenings. There is one of the Chatris in Jodhpur. And Jodhpur is one of the most beautiful place for photographers, particularly travel photographers. I'll tell you, there are some of the places in India, particularly, where for both travel and street photography, they are the places like Rajasthan. The whole of Rajasthan is fantastic place. Every village or every place is so fantastic. Gujarat and Mumbai for street, Chennai for street, Kolkata for street and monuments. And like that, there are so many very beautiful places for different subjects for travel photography. And this was taken with my 8400 mm at 400 mm. This was the first light falling on the sand dunes in Kuri sand dunes in Jaisalmer. So we went to this place just before the sunrise and waiting from the top of the sand dunes. So as soon as the first light fall on the dunes, you had to be very quick in taking different pictures in different compositions. Then only you will get beautiful lighting as well as patterns on the sand. Because once if the people or the camels, they start walking on this, you will get only the footprints, not the landscape like this. So you have to be punctually get up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. Or previous day, you have to go for a recce and see which place is good and how far is from the lodge, all those things. Next day, you have to plan it accordingly and be there right time at the right place. This is one of my favorite image in travel pictures. This was taken in one of the gullies in Jodhpur while I was shooting for street photography, and I was working on Blue City for a magazine. So that time I shot many of my pictures on Blue City. So one of this time I got this, and this lady was just closing the door and coming down. So I just took two pictures of this, then she vanished. So you can see the variants of colors, right from green, yellow, blue, red, pink, so many colors in this picture. And in Jaisalmer, there was a workshop, but of course, I cannot call this as a street picture or a travel picture. This is more of a posed this thing. We asked them to dance, but just in travel section earlier, it has got many awards. But later, the PSA has changed the rules. I'll talk about it later. They changed the rules, and then I'm not participating in this image in any salons. Only the FIAP World in Focus, there I can send this image. So this is one of the most accepted and awarded image in travel picture, and very colorful there. And this again, I took this with 300 mm or 400 mm, very long shot. I use a tele lens for this to take, because when you are very close with wide angle lenses, you will not get composition, proper composition. The background you will get half horizon and half sky and things like that. But when you are at a vantage point at a top place and use tele lenses, you can compose properly. This is the same thing. It happens even for landscape photography also. So better you always have up to 300 or 400 mm tele lens when you are shooting landscapes also, so that you can compose properly how you want. And when you view through your viewfinder, with the different focal length lenses, you will get different compositions. It is not always that, it is not always that you have to follow rules. Rules are made to be broken. So I always break my rules. I don't stick to rules. Rules are meant only when you are in a beginning stage, where after getting so many years of experience, I cannot follow the same old rules. So I had to do different things. Rules is not only in composition, but also against the same. I use wide angle lenses for my macro pictures or wildlife pictures. I use tele lenses for my landscape pictures. Bit crazy, I think, no? So this was taken again with 24 120 mm lens, must be at 120 mm lens. So this was in Dubai, and Dubai sand dunes in the during the sunset. And this, when you are shooting, also when you are processing, you should get the same tonal values. The tonal values, the highlights, the shadows, the deep shadows, all these things you have to retain exactly like what you have seen while shooting. Otherwise, your picture will not be doing justice to your original image. So sunset and sunrises and other things, you have to be there at the right time with proper equipments. And again, this was taken in Amber Fort with two ladies. This is an anticipational picture. There is a variation between pre-visualization and anticipation picture. I cannot pre-visualize this image when they are walking. I saw them, these two women coming from far off in Amber Fort in Jaipur. So all the tourists, they have to pass through this path to go to the next quadrangle. So I knew that these women, they have to pass through this. I waited here for 25 minutes until they had a round and came here. So I composed it much better, I mean, much previous 1 minute, 2 minutes before they came. And I was kept the camera ready with the composition. As soon as they entered the frame, I took some 7, 8 pictures continuously. So like that, there's an anticipating picture. You have to anticipate and see the images and anticipate images. This was taken in Mandu ruins. And even in wildlife also, travel images, you can make a lot of travel images. You can take with the tourists in front of the animals. You can take animals with the landscapes, all those things. Wildlife means it is not meant only for wildlife section. These images you can give for travel sections also. But depending on the brilliancy of judges, it may get accepted or rejected. That's your luck. This, as all of you know, that this is from Varanasi. Again, in Varanasi also, some of the buildings, they are heritage buildings. See, this gives a beautiful vintage look because I turned into sepia. It is not black and white. So sepia has got different tonal values, different tonality, which gives different meaning to the picture. So when you look at this picture, it definitely takes back you to 200 years back. So that is the kind of processing that you have to do it for different images. I could have done this with color or in black and white, but I thought since it is a very old ancient building, I have to do it like it is a very ancient picture which some Britishers have taken. During those period, all Britishers, they were shooting in sepia tones. So I just wanted to bring that effect on this picture. And this is another travel image which has got a lot of ribbons and honorable mentions and acceptances in salons. This in Varanasi again. You can see a lot of different ghats at the background. And this you can take these seagulls, they come in migration during, I think around November, December, like that. And they will come very close to your boat and you can shoot a lot of images. And the last light falling on the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. These are not created in Photoshop again. This is shot as it was, as I saw. And this is the first sunlight falling on the skyscrapers in Dubai. And this from the Burj Khalifa, the viewpoint. And this also is a travel image because you can show the location, you can show the historical values of the place. It creates the travel sense of the modernization of places, all those things. This is what is required in travel photography. It should convey the meaning to the travel pictures. The travel image is nothing like the onlooker when he's seeing, he should feel that I have to go here and visit. I have to see myself. That is the feeling it should give. That is the essence of travel photography. And here, if you wait, soon this was after the sunset, about half an hour after the sunset, and this when it is dark. And now I am taking you to Vietnam. Of course, Mr. B.K. Agarwal ji was kind enough to, and Mr. Amitabh Agarwal ji kind enough to add me in their group for Vietnam trip. And I shot many of my favorite images in Vietnam. And Vietnam, there is a incense sticks factory. And Vietnam is a place where it is not only for travel photographers, it's for street photographers, it's for portrait photographers, it's for abstract photographers, and it's for any kind of photographers who want to do something or the other. You will find subjects here. There is no things that you cannot do here. You will find everything. And each and every place and every street is a place for photography. And you will go mad. In fact, I went mad like anything. As Mr. Agrawalji was mentioning, throughout day I used to shoot one thing or the other. If you want to do on colors, a portfolio on colors, this is the place. And you will get so many colors and so many new things, which for Indians, these are all the new things which we had never imagined. There is a soya sauce factory, a huge factory with so many different kinds of portraits. And it's almost about 3 feet in height, and different angles and different patterns you get. And there are basket weavers. There is a village of basket weavers. They have got a workshop. It's a fantastic place to do both black and white and colors. The basket weaver in his products, among the products, I have taken a portrait of him, a different kind of a portrait. And this was in a place called Hu. There's Imperial Palace, one of the oldest grandeurs of Vietnam. One of the model shoots in the morning in Lotus Pond. And when Mr. B.K. Agarwalji is there, we cannot escape from the models. Always it will be there, and it's a different kind of experience for us. And this was fish netting, fish nets in different things. So when they're putting fish nets, sometimes we get patterns like this, like a butterfly fish net. So these are all different things. When they are washing the nets, they bring out the nets from the water. So that time we have to be ready to take this picture. So this is a lantern festival they have in Vietnam. And in the night times, they leave these lanterns. Just like in India, we have a culture that diyas are used in Varanasi. Similar way, this type of diyas, different paper lanterns are released in the water, rivers and lakes in Vietnam. And this is one of the morning, early morning, misty morning shot. See, when there is a fish netting in the foreground and in the background is the sunset, so the right side corner at one third have included another fisherman who is going with the net. So this is you get suddenly by chance you will get, so you have to be immediately you have to react. So you, if you have a tripod, fixed tripod and fixed camera position, everything, you cannot move your camera or you cannot pan your camera right, left and all. So that is the reason in travel photography and street photography I don't use tripods. These are all handled, and even at very low shutter speed also, when I'm getting this for 1/15th of a second, I used to hold it in my hand firmly and taking pictures. Sometimes, yes, I have used tripods wherever it was possible. So now from travel, I take you to street photography. I hope I have time. So 7:45, yes, have time. So street photography is another genre of photography where you are showing what is happening on the streets. There is a very thin line between travel and street photography because many people they get confused. Is it the same, or is it, how much difference it makes and all? While you are on travel, when you are walking on the streets or whatever you get, you can make both travel and street images. But in street images, you cannot make travel images because in street, you may or may not get opportunities to include certain buildings, certain monuments, or certain historical things in the background to call it as a travel image. So the street can be taken anywhere, which gives the essence of that particular street. You can include people, you can include the culture of that locals, or you can include shops, you can include or exclude people or anything. And if you include people, it really gives more meaning to the street photography than just showing the street. A blank street is not actually is not a street photography in my view, but with the people, yes, it makes a lot of difference. So as I said, the bringing out the essence of street is the street photography. What you can do in street is you can include people, street scene, you can do portraits of the locals, and whatever the cultural happenings that is going to be happen in or is happening during your presence there, you can do that. And here also the composition is very important. As soon as you lift your camera, you should compose perfectly well. You cannot select, let me go there and take, let me take from here, let me go to the building. No, you take whatever you have got the composition there. You take some pictures, then you change to better place or anything. Because once if you react to one scene which you wanted, and if you don't take picture, you are going to lose it even in minutes. So if you want to take street pictures, you should continuously click whatever you like, and then you edit in your this thing whether you want or not. Then you come to the PC or laptop and delete images. And anticipation is very important because in street you should anticipate some people, if they come in this particular point, I can take pictures. So keep ready. Even though if you are not holding your camera and waiting, don't do that. Leave the camera on this and be a polite traveler. And as though you are not doing there or just watching people, you be like that. As the subject moves into the frame, you just lift and take picture. Before that, what you have to do, the anticipation, what I said, you should anticipate if the subject comes here, if this person moves here, or if any tram or any rickshawala comes here. This is my frame. So before they come, you take one or two pictures, check your exposures, check your focusing, check everything and keep ready. When the subject comes there, take pictures. That is the anticipation and preparation for your picture. And punctuality is, as already I have told, you have to be there at the right time. And storytelling, it all depends on individual person, how you can create a storytelling image. This is one of the festivals in Krishna Janmashtami. These are called as Nanda Gopalas, and they break the pot with the containing curds. They break the pot like Krishna, as during his younger days, he was playing with these Nanda Gopalas. So the same thing it is rendered during this festival in Krishna Janmashtami in Udupi. So these are the Nanda Gopalas. And this is another street picture where this person was the author of this book. He was selling for the first time on the street. So I never had seen any publisher or any writer selling his books outside than bookstores. So, and he is holding the poster, I am the author, buy my first book here. This is very interesting. You know, as I was walking in the street on the other side of the footpath, I saw this. And from there, I just came onto the middle of the road and shot this picture. So you should react to that scene immediately. If you are late by 30 seconds or 1 minute, they may get into different conversation, or he may put down the poster or things like that. This is one of the market. Market is another place for good street pictures. And street pictures need not be always in streets. You can go to nearby markets and take people. And if you include people, it will be more interesting. You can see their expressions, their emotions, and colors you can add, and number of people you should keep more also. And sometimes if you are taking portraiture, you have to take only the portrait of a person. Sometimes it may happen like this. Some noun people coming and greeting each other. It just happens just in a fraction of a second. And against the murals, this was also when I was shooting this mural in one of the church street in Bangalore. Suddenly, this girl was walking with the mobile phone in hand. So for black and white, this was much better because the paint was in black and white. So this gives more beauty in the black and white. And here the person, you can see this is anticipation, as I said. This is preparedness. This person was walking in this thing. I saw him about 50 meters away. I knew that he has to walk here. I saw this mural on the back of the uh, person on the wall, and I had composed properly and kept everything in frame. As he entered, I took this picture. But fortunately, I saw he was also wearing chappal in the same position, and the painting at the background, you can see the foot and the chappal in the same position. Just a coincidence. But if you get picture, you can make a picture. If the picture is not good, always there is a delete button in your camera. And nowadays, I'm getting a lot of honorable mention, ribbons, and medals for this picture. This was taken in Janapada Jatre. There's a folk festival in Bangalore. It happened. And here you can see it is not only street, it also is travel picture. Why travel picture? Because I'm including the monument that is a Vidhan Soda at the back, one of the uh, most beautiful buildings in India. Uh, I can say it is one of the top two or three most beautiful building in India, and the lot of colorful cultural happening is happening here. So this is what in street pictures also, as well as in travel pictures, you can send images like this. So again, the continuation of this Janapada Jatra. And when they come on street, you can include this. And at the back of the background, you can see one of the clock towers built by Vishweshwaraya. It is not the clock tower that he built. He built this Jayachamarajendrava Odayar Polytechnic. That is my college. I studied diploma in cinematography in the same college. So this is one of the very old building built by Vodayars. And down in the picture, you can see Yakshagana dancers on the foreground. And the flag is Karnataka flag. That is state flag, uh, red and yellow. And during this street festival and painting festival, that is we call art festival, it happens in Bangalore. The whole street, about 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer street, very important prime location next to all chief ministers' residences, and next to chief minister's house, in front of his house. The whole road is blocked on one day for this particular art market. They sell these kind of paintings. All the artists from all over India, they come here to sell their products. And you can see men are men. All the men, they come and watch here. And not only men, even the women, they are so inquisitive about their own thing in different poses. And one of the ladies taking picture. And these are all instantaneously how to react. In street photography, this is what is important. Instantaneously how to react to the scene it is happening. You have to rush to the scene and take pictures. Whatever the composition, later on you change. And for the whole scene, you have to keep your exposures perfectly well. Here you can see Puneet Rajkumar. He is one of the topmost actor who passed away recently. His statues or his bust figures are displayed here. A lady with a cycle on, I mean, the t-shirt having Puneet Rajkumar's picture. This happened just like that. She did not know that there is a person who is selling Puneet Rajkumar this thing. She was on a bicycle ride and she came and saw Puneet this thing because I think she is also a fan of that actor. She had the same this thing. So I just ran to this place and took this picture. There were so many photographers there. And I don't know how many reacted to this scene. So I just shot this picture. So street, you have to be very careful. And you can see how the reactions or the emotions are in the face of the seller, or there is a lady in the painting where she is looking, and all these things, and how relaxingly these people are looking at. And here, all the sadhus, only the sadhus, and one sadhu is blessing this child. This child, she doesn't know what it is, what paintings and what it is and all. She is just going and playing here and there, and she went very close to this painting. That is when I shot this picture. And this is another picture I shot from the top. As this dance was started, I saw the frills of the lehengas flying in the air. Then I thought, why can't I shoot from the top angle? So immediately I ran to the nearest building onto the third floor or so. From there, I shot this picture. So you have to think what to do. This festival, it happens on the streets of Katil in South Canara. And this picture was taken at 3 a.m. early in the morning when hundreds and hundreds of these firefighters, they come with the palm strand and they put fire to each palm this thing and they throw it onto the opposite party. There will be two parties on the opposite sides, one person throwing from here, another person throwing from here. It happens for about 4 minutes to 5 minutes. Within that, you have to take as many pictures as possible and your exposure should be perfect. And here you can see the intensity of the fighting, intensity of the fire that is happening. And all this happens only around 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. like that in front of, just nearby the temples. And there is the Dahi Undi, as all of you know, in Mumbai. It is one of the very favorite festivals during Krishna Janmashtami. And in street, while you are walking, you may get a lot of images like this. A mother and child walking across some construction, this thing. What is important here is the color, the blue color, that's all, and the geometrical patterns. This Puli dance, one of the cultural happenings in South Canara. And this puli is nothing but tigers. In English, it is tigers. In Kannada, it is puli. Is even in Telugu also they call puli or pili like that. So there is a pili dance in Udupi during Krishna Janmashtami time. And here, as this police, they perform some dances in front of temples, in front of shops and other things, and they change the location. Immediately after the dance, they go to the next location. So they are all put in a van and taken to next location. So that time I shot tigresses outside, tigers inside. And here you can see a lot of different police, and the small police coming the last entry for this whole group. And these are all the things it happens in street. That is what you have to react to that and take and be happy. And Jodhpur is, as I said, it is one of the most favored place for me for street photography and travel photography. And nowadays, most of the walls they are putting paintings like this all across Jodhpur city and Jaisalmer city and Udaipur and all over Rajasthan. Because right from the Maharajas days, right from ancient days, the Rajasthanis are famous painters. More nearly all of them are famous painters who have got a lot of painting art shops nearby. And here on one of the streets, I shot this. If you stay in front of this street or this corner of the street, you can make a lot of images. I don't want to bore you with so many images that I have taken in this street, but I'm just giving a glimpse of idea of what you can shoot. And here, all the three generations of women you can see. It is by chance I get this three generations of women, and painting also it is of women. And touch of red is one of my favorite subjects. And all the Rajasthanis, Gujaratis, and Kolkata people, West Bengalis, they love red. And if you want to do people in red, these are the best places. There is a blue city in Jodhpur. And there is a Mumbai in rains. So I was telling you earlier that any weather, there is no bad weather. So any weather is a time for photographers. Only the thing is you have to react to the scene. Don't worry about the weather. So in monsoon, 2 days it was heavy rains. In the rains itself, I took a lot of shots in Mumbai. Some of them I shot from the car. Some of them I got down from the car and went and shot these pictures just to include for my portfolio of colors. So you can see the foreground. I got from the car. I got national flags, and at the back also, I got umbrellas with colorful umbrellas. This through the glass during the monsoon. It shows the intensity of rains. This was taken in Calcutta. So here, in street photography, when you look at the picture, you should guess from where I have taken. So these rickshaws, hand-pulled rickshaws, are found only in Kolkata. So that is what the picture, it should tell the story like that. And it was taken in heavy during the rainy season. And here also it is just a rainy season in the streets. This was taken in Varanasi, and one of the guards, this flutist, had a display of his flutes for sale. And for my touch of red, this thing, I took this picture. And this is in Mahabalipuram, where these ladies, they are very bold ladies. They take their children on cycles, on bikes, on cars, and things like that, because the schools are very far. And at the background, you can see there is the Arjuna's Panas. So this is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful architecture of ancient kings of Tamil Nadu. And this was taken in Mahabalipuram by the roadside. See, just on the road, you have got such a wonderful art piece. So the beautiful elephants you can see, and so beautiful it is. This was taken in the morning time. And Vietnam, as I said, it is not only for travel photographers, for street photographers also. It is very colorful, and every nook and corner you can keep taking pictures. And writing on walls like this, graffitis, is very common in Vietnam. Maybe in their own language they have written, but that adds to the picture for the as a local culture. And the stool that you are seeing, the red stool or the blue or anything, these are just 1 feet or 1.5 feet. And every nook and corner, they have the same size and same color stools for these people to sit and sip chai and other things. And Chinese checker is one of the favorite games of Vietnamese. And every street, there will be 8 to 10 locations where people keep playing this Chinese checkers. And these are different composition that I did because they love smoking. And people, when they are walking, they just sit and watch how they are playing. Because maybe I think it is just like chess. I am not very sure how they play, but maybe like chess. That is why the onlookers are also keep watching on that. There is one of the chai seller on the street. One lady. Of course, if, you people can imagine where I shot this. This was shot in one of the food streets. So by looking at this picture, you may get how excellent food they prepare in these streets. And this is the market, and these women on the right are the locals who sell their vegetables, flowers, and things like that in a same fashion. And as I said, they love red. You can see one of the beautiful lady on the left. She is wearing red. And you see the chappals of these right hand side ladies, they are wearing red. Red is the color that every wear women, they love it. These on the one of the Hoi An street, ancient street, they call it as. And you can see different cultures here. One is going by cycle, another on a tricycle, she is carrying something like that. And the roadside is full of bougainvilleas. And in street, as I said, anticipation uh, and pre-visualization. These ladies, they were just taking turn at the down point, and and they were entering this. So I composed my camera in this and kept it. And as soon as they entered, I shot. Fortunately, I got a very good this thing. That old lady is signing to stop people or slow down like that. So that gives a good storytelling point to this picture. At this street, you just keep watch on the left-hand side compound. There is a graffitis painting happening. I mean, they have painted the whole compounds, and this is almost about 4 kilometers road. And this is the world's longest road with the highest number of graffitis. And again, in street, adding culture or tradition, you can see the culture of people not only in dress but also in the painting of their houses or constructing their houses. They construct in the old houses in triangular roofs, as well as they paint in yellow. Most of the buildings, the old buildings or the monuments or the office buildings, they are all painted in yellow. And here the ladies are wearing their traditional dress. And one of the modern ladies, they love posing for Instagram reels and other things. And in this particular ancient street in Hoi An, you can see hundreds and hundreds of locals as well as tourists. They come in the middle of the road and they keep posing for Insta reels and other things. And you see the expression on the lady on the cycle. She is not liking this. So the locals, the traditional locals, they don't feel, I mean, they don't like such kind of things happening. And this was somebody else was shooting, some wedding photographer was shooting post-wedding or pre-wedding shoots. So I just sneaked inside and just shot few images. So there's just robbery. Just I went there and steal one picture on composition. And here, anticipating somebody will come in that particular position. So keep your composition like that. And this lady entered. Like this lady who comes by cycle, there are thousands and thousands people who cycle and they come here. Likewise, even other people also they come. And there is a circle nearby our hotel. There is a huge circle with a very huge graffitis paintings on the wall. And this particular thing, I call it as flower girl. So you can see as though the flowers are flying out from the vehicles, just like here also, as though the flowers are just flying out of the cycle. So these are some of the opportunities that you get in street photography, and it is very important that while you are traveling, you keep importance for all the genres of photography. You'll get opportunity, but when you are traveling, keep the place clean and do not throw garbage anywhere because all Indians are used to that. Don't do this. Just maintain cleanliness. Travel the world like travel the world and know how little you know. Because only when you travel, we'll come to know that we don't know nothing. We are just speck of dust in the nature. Because noun is a drop, unknown is a ocean. We know very little, and unknown is like a ocean. You have to know so many things, and this you will come to know only when you travel. So, friends, I hope I finished within the time. And thank you all for your patience listening. And I hope I did the job, my job. Thank you so much.
Yeah, wonderfully done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
You have taken us all over the world.
Satish, this
Thanks.
was really, really wonderful. Very, very nice. Really enjoyed
Oh,
it.
thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
There are a lot of
Excellent presentation, sir. Excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, should we start the question answer?
Yes.
Mr. Satish, with your permission.
Fantastic presentation,
Yes, sir.
Satish.
Is somebody? Ah, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks a
fantastic
lot.
presentation. Yes.
Coming from your this thing is very great, and I'm very honored.
Really wonderful. Because I've been seeing so many of these pictures from Ladakh and all, but these were really, really different because the use of light was really fabulous. Fantastic it was.
He had started
Thanks a
playing
lot.
with light at the age of 12, sir.
Yes. He has a
Yeah.
also his son is also we all used to go for shoot. He used to take bird pictures. He was just about the size of a 600 lens. From that size itself.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for your excellent presentation, sir. I have
Thank you,
a
sir.
number of
Thanks for the
questions.
opportunity. And thanks
It's
for the
our privilege
opportunity.
as well, sir.
Fantastic.
May I ask you a few questions, if you kindly permit?
Yeah, we will
Sure.
finish the questions what we have received earlier on our group. And then if time permits, maybe in the process, you may get the answer for your question also. Otherwise, we will give you time to ask your question.
That would be so nice of you, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Satish, if you are ready, should I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. One Mr. Praveen Jaggi from Mohali has asked how to make a theme-based photography while you are on travel. Because there are so many ideas and so much content to click, but you can't figure out how to stick to one theme. In the same time, you are also interested to click other frames too. That means when we are visiting, how to make a thematic series of pictures in travel.
See, actually, as I said earlier, we have to first uh, know about the location, where we are going and what we get, and read books, read so many other pamphlets and things like that. Then you will get ideas. And also, you talk to people and discuss with them and discuss with the locals. And if you have a local friend, supposing if I am going to Chennai, we have got Ashok ji and Ramesh ji and other people with whom we can discuss and plan your trip. Likewise, if we go to Jodhpur, Shivji sir is there. So if you speak to them, they will tell. So like that, you can plan and then you can decide about what to take. Like when I went to Jodhpur, I saw this blue city. I fell in love with it. So I did a work for the whole Jodhpur blue city, and I did a portfolio on that. Then I saw the people wearing red. All of them, they wear red, they wear yellow, and they wear blue. These are the main important colors that we want for photography also. And these are the people you can concentrate if you are using, like you have seen my touch of red. I did most of the shoots touch of red in Jodhpur because I was getting both blue city as well as red saris, red colored dresses and other things. If you are doing some abstracts and other things, you can plan it accordingly. But the thing is, most of the photographers, when they travel, they plan it only for 1 day or 2 day. Today I'll go to Bangalore, I'll stay and I'll go to Vidhan Soda here and there. Tomorrow I'm going to Mysore. Don't plan it like that. When you're shooting on purpose, like thematic, if you want to do thematic, then plan for 2 days or 3 days like that. You can do your job very nicely. Otherwise, it will become out of 1,000 images, it will be very difficult to choose even 2 or 3 good images. But if you plan and shoot pictures, all your 500 images, if you take 400 images, will be perfect. So planning is very important, and then you can plan. First, you have to pre-visualize your portfolio, what you want to shoot, what you can do, and all. Then you plan according to that. This thing, just select the destination.
Planning is more important for
Planning is very, very important for your
storytelling series. Second, one Dr. Ravish Chatrak from Gurgaon. He has 3 questions.
Thank you, sir.
First is Dr. Ravish, are you there? Anyway, which is the best camera for travel photography? Whether it is a high-end smartphone or a mirrorless camera, which is more suitable?
According to me, whatever the camera you have is the best camera. Because photography depends on the person and his visualization of seeing the images. And unlike wildlife photography, where you need very precise lens, like a prime lens, like 600, 400, 500, if you have, you can do very good photography. That the trend is there in the mind of wildlife photographers. This travel and street is not like that. So if you have even 1835 lens, you can do wonderful images. If you have 24-120, you can do wonderful images. It's only a matter of how do you react to the scene and from where you take and what you include and other things. That's all. But whether it is a mobile or SLR or DSLR, mobile, I usually carry only to take some images just for the record's sake. There are 2 things that one why we have to take pictures. One is for the record sake. The next is for the album sake. Record pictures, you can record it, and later on, after coming back to your place, if you want, you can keep it or you can delete it. Album pictures, you are making an album out of your travel logs and making a beautiful album to show it to your friends, or you want to put up an exhibition you need it. Another thing is the final picture is you are having taking these pictures for the exhibition sake or for selling sake or for publication sake. There you need very professionalism. So you need either DSLR or mirrorless camera. So there the quality of mobile picture is not suitable for big blogs or big publications or all those things. So the capacity of mobile phones got very limited capacity to make prints about 4:6 or 6:8 size. Some of the latest cameras where the high quality cameras and resolution is very good, you can make up to 12:18 print size. But still, for a professional work, I prefer DSLR and mirrorless cameras. And for recording sake and for good usage of maybe for salons or other things, you can use mobile, no issues.
His second question is, he would like to know how to shoot a Milky Way. He has tried both with smartphone and with DSLR, but he's not successful.
Actually, the latest mobile phones got a capability of shooting star trails as well as Milky Way. So you have to find out which mobile phones are suitable for that. But I would prefer, if you are really serious about star trails and Milky Way, you use DSLR cameras preferably, because you have to keep open the shutter speed for a very long time, and throughout night you have to keep shooting pictures. If you use mirrorless cameras, the sensor get heated up very quickly, and then you will not have an option to take more number of pictures. So DSLR is much preferred for that particular genre of review.
He also wants to know, he has a Sony Alpha ZV E10L camera, which is a mirrorless camera with a 16 to 50 lens. What type of lens should I add on for travel photography? And any brand will you recommend?
No, since he has got only Sony, it is better to build up Sony lenses. And 16 to 35 is good enough for travel photography. But if you add further up to 200 it's always better, because some of the compositions that you can make right from where you are standing, it gives convenience of photography with say a zoom of 70 to 200 so that gives a better this thing. So you can add up one more lens from 70 to 200 for that.
There is one Jasmine from Hyderabad. He or she asks, travel would usually have landscapes, architecture, portraits, etc. I am thinking of carrying only a 24-70 for now. I am wondering if 18 to 105 lens would be better. If he has 24-70, so should he go for 18-105? Will it give him better photographs?
No, whatever they have got, they can do. Why unnecessarily add? Unless you. And another thing is, people should understand what is the final output that you are using from your camera. Supposing if I am taking pictures for salons, don't bother about high quality cameras, lenses, and other things, because we are giving pictures in pixels, that is 1920 pixel. It is about 4:6 size. You don't have to scratch your head for anything. Supposing if you are using these travel pictures for a book, then yes, you have to use professional cameras or professional lenses or high number of different lenses for different purposes and other things. So if you are using for exhibitions, if you want to put up travel photography exhibition, or if you want to make 20 by 30 or 24 by 36 huge prints, then you have to think about all these high quality lenses, high quality cameras. But for small things, to put it on website, put it on your Instagram or Facebook, or for salons, don't worry about spending too much of money on that. In whatever the equipments that you have, lenses and all, that is sufficient. But it all depends on individual. He can say that I got lakhs of rupees, you are stopping me from purchasing. It's not like that. It all depends. If you have money, you please spend, and you have the best of the equipments in the world.
But I have seen with my experience in my workshops, people with more lenses are more confused, and they are busy changing lenses than taking pictures.
Exactly. This is what happens. They lose that prime opportunity of getting the best pictures.
The
In
decisive
fact,
moment
in
is
fact, if I can interject a little, there is a saying that for travel photography, one lens is too less and three lenses are too many. So, like Satish told right in the beginning, two lenses are the best. And if
Yes.
you have a second body also, you need not even take the
change.
trouble of swapping the lenses.
Yes. Correct.
In digital photography, it is always advisable to take a second body because you never know when your camera goes dead. And very unpredictable. Anyway, one Mr. Ajit Joshi from Thane what is the difference between, yeah, it is a good question. What is the difference between PSA patronage salon, in which photo travel is one of the subjects, and FIAP patronage salon, in which world in focus is one of the subjects? You
Okay.
said that you will elaborate.
Yeah. See, first and foremost thing is today's slideshow, what I have shown is none of them will get acceptance or awards in salons like that, except few images that I showed and told about honorable mentions. Other pictures are all my satisfaction, for my pure this thing, self-satisfaction. I have composed and taken pictures. And I don't want to satisfy the judges or the organizers and dance to the tune of the organizers' rules and regulations. So it's all a personal views about salon and things. So this PSA, they keep on changing the rules now and then, because earlier they used to accept everything that we shoot on travel. Later on, they change it to any workshop pictures is not allowed. Any people, one or two people looking at your camera is not allowed, and so many things. And even in wildlife also, if you have any, even the tire mark on the in the sanctuary, or any poles in the sanctuary or anything in the wild, it's not allowed. So rules keep changing. So now and then. So now the present this thing in PSA is that travel photography, you should not give entries uh, in the situation that you have taken in workshops. It is not allowed. And you should, more number of people should be involved in the picture, because if you are taking on dance group or anything, more number of people should be there, not one or two. Like you have seen my lantern pictures of Vietnam, they don't accept it. Even the incense sticks in the this thing, they don't accept it, because they feel it is a control conditions, and we have asked them to pose and take pictures. Whereas in fear, world in focus, they have changed it to world in focus. They take all these kind of pictures, it is allowed. So wherever you have taken in travel pictures during your travel, you are showing the culture and tradition, and in however way you want, it is all allowed. So from 2026, I believe, I am not yet sure, I believe some of the salons, both PSA, PTD and FIAP, World in Focus, WIS, together, they have made one section like PTD and WIS, where both kind of subjects are allowed in that particular section. So this is going to come in 2026. So until then, PSA rules is different and FIAP rules is different.
So PSA doesn't accept arranged or workshop pictures or posed picture. FIAP
Yes,
accepts them
accepts
under the heading of World in Focus.
world in focus.
Okay. One Mr. Gopi from Madurai asks, I want to know about the difference between travel photography, street photography, and people photography.
Yeah, I have already explained during my presentation. So travel photography is where you are including the monuments, the historical importance of that particular location, and tradition and culture of the place. Yeah, it is nothing but you are showcasing that particular place as an wow factor. You are giving a wow factor for that particular thing. So whoever sees that picture, they feel like they want to go there. So travel, it has to be have the travel essence in that. So it should give that local tradition, local flavor to the particular picture. Whereas in street, it has to be in street, taken in street or in market or anything. In that, you can take even people also. You can take portraits of the people, vendor who is selling something in the roadside. You can take the portrait of that person. And it's not always necessary that you have to show the street. And also, it is not always necessary that you have to show people in the street. But if you include both, it's always good and best. It all individual. See, starting you should follow these rules. Later on, once you become an expert on, once you know what to take and what not to take, then you can break the rules and you can take whatever you want.
And
But
also,
in India, there is no street photography section as such. But in foreign countries, in some of the competitions, they have only street photography as a subject. So there, the terms and conditions is entirely different, and the expectation of a picture is entirely different than what we have understood in India. Because Indians understood of street photography is entirely different than foreigners. That's why I urge here all the participants to have a look at foreign photographers' street images. We will throw all our street images because their thought about street and their approach to street photography is superb. It's entirely different. But the opportunities and the roads and other things they have got is excellent. It's incomparable with Indian standards.
and this all three genre, it overlaps each other also. Means many.
Absolutely. There is a very thin line between travel photography and street. It overlaps many times.
Mr. Umapati from Chennai, is it true that black and white photography with proper lighting will give more depth than color photos? I would like to know more about black and white, but this is out of the our context today, so we can avoid this. But he wants to know more about black and white photography, so
Yeah.
we can we need not take this. Yeah. Somebody asked the importance of using a tripod for travel and street photography. Is it practical to
Yes.
carry?
Yes, actually, I wanted to highlight about this tripod in travel and street. See, I have got I Be Free is the brand name of Manfrotto tripod. It is very versatile and very convenient to take it on street. Even Mr. Ashok Kandimalla sir also he uses same tripod because it is more convenient. You can keep it in your camera bag, and even in small suitcase or briefcase if you are carrying also, it's easy to transport. And the beauty of that tripod is very handy, very lightweight, and it can take up to 400 mm on that. Weight, it can take up to 400 mm. So it is very easy. And the thing is, in most of the street and travel photography, when once your camera is on the tripod, you are in rigid. Your composition is fixed. If something happens here, you cannot turn it. By the time you turn your this thing and see, and again compose everything, the scene would have gone. Even if there is a movement of one person or something happening from 1.25 feet or 10 feet, if it moves, the composition changes. So if you have your camera handled, you can react immediately and take pictures here, there, or there, however you want. So this convenience is not there in while using tripod. Your whole frame becomes very rigid. So you cannot be very free. The freedom is very less. Whereas when we shot early morning scenes at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the seashore, or if you want to take some pictures in the blue hours, or star trails, or night scene, all those things, yes, you need tripod, and the two very good tripod. Even the B free is not useful for star trail or Milky Way, because during the night times when you are on this open ground or on the terrace of the building, the wind speed is too much. So even there is a minute shake of your tripod also, you will get a shake picture. So you need a rigid and a very strong tripod for star trails and Milky Way. So these all depends on what kind of pictures that you are shooting. So depending on that, you carry your tripod. These are all individualistic. You can decide then and there, and you can take decision on your own.
While Mr. Rajendra S. from Mumbai is asking, is street photography prohibited or banned in certain areas or country?
No.
Street photography, travel photography, and all is not banned anywhere in India. And many of the places, sometimes like in Varanasi or in Jodhpur or things like that, you have to ask permission. Can I take your picture and then take this thing? But here there is a hidden this thing. If you are taking a picture of a person in close up as a portrait or anything, you can only put it on this thing. You cannot publish in Facebook, or you cannot publish in books or anything without his her permission. Where you are taking a street with people, even if there are people with uh, some of them whom we can recognize their face or eyes or anything, it's okay because the whole street is covered. It's not individual. So people in street, you don't need any permission or anything. You can keep shooting. And some of the places like in most of the Rajasthan and Gujarat and Vietnam and Cambodia and all, these places, people will be waiting for their pictures to be taken by tourists. They love, and they don't say no at all. And they sometimes they pose, sometimes they say you keep taking, I'll be doing work like that. And you can simply, it's a paradise for photographers. It's a lovely place, all these places. But sometimes by looking at the face of the person, if they don't like it, you go and show him the picture. This is a picture I have taken. If you don't like it, I will delete. Be very honest and very prompt, and they like that honest with you. If you show them what you have taken, and if you tell them I'm an artist and just like that is a hobby I'm taking, they will allow. But they should not get a doubt that you are misusing this image. That's all. So another thing is the government has banned photography in most of the monuments, the temples, particularly in Karnataka, where ASI is handling, which comes under ASI, that is Archaeological Survey of India. And they allow only mobile photography, not SLRs or anything. So you have to take prior permission from ASI before going to those temples and take pictures. It's like that. So what I tell all the people in most of my webinars on different subjects, whether it is wildlife or landscapes or monuments or anything, start taking pictures now itself and finish within these 5 years or 6 years. Because in future, you don't know whether they ban photography forever or anything. Because most of the places, they are banning photographers. They don't like photographers.
It is because of the nuisance value. We are becoming.
It is because of the pre-wedding photo
Yeah.
shoots and post-wedding
we are-
photo shoots.
Exactly. And
I had a bit of question regarding this issue. I have seen the terms and conditions given by few organizers of salon that if there is any identifiable face is visible in your photograph, a model release would be required. Will you please suggest on that?
If
photo
that,
salons.
but I have not come across in these salons. But in competitions, yes, competition is different from salons. So salons are organized under the patronage of different photography bodies, whereas the competition is, I mean, the salons are organized under the patronage of different bodies, whereas the competition organized by the private people, like they have their own rules. They are not abide by this PSA or FIAP or any other rules. They have their own rules where they keep money as price amount. They have their own rules. There they will ask for this kind of permission letters and other things. Of course, as I said, if it is in a group, they don't ask permission, even if they are facing and identifiable. But if it is an individual person who is posing or who is dancing and looking at your camera or things like that, you need permission.
and
Even if you are taking a dancer on the stage, or if you are taking a folk dance on the street, if they are looking at your camera and if they are in a close-up shot, you have to take permission.
and
But
particularly,
since you have
Sorry,
shown one image
permanent
delineating a
interaction.
yoga teacher uh,
सर एक छोटा सा
in a
इंटरप्शन
landscape
दूंगा मैं.
photography.
Hello.
So if you would like to use this image in any books or something like that, would any model release be required from the end of the yoga teacher?
Yes, yes. For everything and anything, if the frame contains the whole body, like Mr. B.K. Agarwal will be much better person to highlight on that because he shoots only people. So all people and model photography or portrait photography, it's always better to have their signature and model release.
that is called Copyright Act. It comes under Copyright Act.
Yes, copyright.
Like our picture, nobody else can claim as his. It comes under plagiarism. So when we take a picture of a person, identifiable person, and we are trying to sell it, we need the model release from that person. That is why all publishers, where a person is identifiable or means dominant in the picture, without a release, they don't publish it. They don't invite trouble later.
Sir, I have a small thing to say. It's already 40 past 8, 10 minutes beyond the schedule. So we can keep the questions a bit short and irrelevant questions may be passed. And we must give at least 2-3 persons to the floor who can ask the question.
Yeah, this is one last question from the same Mr. Rajendra Kohli. That while traveling abroad by flight, what are the restrictions on carrying camera gear and accessories, as more than one battery in camera or flashes is prohibited at some airports? Any tip on how to carry the equipments?
See, actually, all the cameras and lenses, because it is very precious and very costly, I carry as a hand baggage. And all the batteries has to be in the hand baggage only. You cannot keep it in the cabin baggage. I mean, cabin baggage is what you carry in hand. The main suitcase, it should have only the tripod or anything that without batteries. Even Even your power banks cannot be kept in your suitcases and bags. Any check-in luggage, you cannot have this. Only hand baggage, any number of batteries or anything you carry, they don't worry at all.
Generally, they don't, if it is equipment, laptop or something, they don't bother.
They don't bother.
They don't weigh it also, I have seen.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Unless you are going in a budget flight where they weigh everything.
No, at least 1 or 2 kgs they allow.
Uh-huh.
Even if it is more, they allow.
They ask you to put that in the tray, then you can carry that with you. No one bothers.
Yes,
Yeah.
In
yes,
US, the
yes.
toughest thing. No one bothers about it.
Particularly
Yes.
people who are carrying 600 and 800 lenses.
No one bothers. No one bothers.
Yeah.
Even by tripod, by cameras, nothing. No one bothered. I just put that in a tray, and the tray goes.
So
They,
open the house for 3 questions only. Anybody has any relevant questions can ask with permission of Mr. Satish.
Sir,
No,
I
sir,
have
they
all
can
two
ask, no
questions.
problem.
I have small 2 questions. My name is Sanjay Malhotra from Delhi. Sir, like we have been talking about taking the permission from the people we are taking the picture. So the permission should be in the form of written or digital, or how can we take the permission from the person or people we are clicking the pictures?
Yes, as per Copyright Act, wherever a permission is required, it has to be in writing. Just vocal or oral permission has absolutely no validity.
Right. And the second question is, we have not spoken about the drone in the travel photography. Will be covered in some other seminar, or drone is not that important? Like,
No, drone, actually drone is, drone is very,
I shoot with drone also. I have gone to many countries with drones also. Like for example, Vietnam and Bali are drone friendly. You can fly drones in most of the places without any restrictions. But Cambodia, which is full of monuments, like in India, where important temples are there, we are not supposed to fly drones over them. It's a crime. They can catch, even seize your drones. So we have to read the rules and regulation before we fly a drone. There are some monuments where they have fixed a fee. If you want to fly a drone, you have to pay this many dollars and you can fly your drone. So there are rules and regulations are different for every country. There are few countries where flying drone even over a private property also is restricted. There are few countries where flying a drone over a crowd is also restricted. So there are so many rules and regulations. So whoever flies a drone, generally we get that information in our app, in drones app itself. For drone thing, depending upon the place, it changes.
thank you. Thank you very much. Satish ji, what is your experience and comment about the drone?
I love drone photography, sir. It has got an entirely different look and it's so beautiful. And some of the angles that what we don't see from the ground, you'll get so beautiful images from the drone shots. I love it. In future, I may start drone photography and let me see.
Good.
And I think Mr. BK Agarwal ji should show his drone images in his next talk. They are lovely, actually.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Any other
Welcome.
questions from the floor?
Yes, sir. You have mentioned several times about selling of images to different publications, books, and others. So, could you please share an idea about the pricing of the images?
See, actually, during this advent of analog to digital, there was a lot of this thing about the pricing. When I was shooting color transparencies, I had nearly about 80,000 to 1 lakh color transparencies on all subjects. Everything, whatever you ask in India, all subjects I had. So people from advertising agencies and corporate offices, first, they used to check from me if I have that image. If not, they will go for a stock agency to find out. So that time I used to quote my images at 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, like that. One of my picture at that time, it was sold for 80,000 rupees for a foreign company. But and during that time, I was one of the only two persons who was paying income tax for my hobby. So after this digital came into existence, people stopped buying images from us because they on from internet they get it free of cost. They can download any high quality images and all. So the price became very low. So now there is no this thing that we can ask them pay 10,000 rupees or 15,000, because during my tenure of beginning of photography, where I had 1 lakh images of color transparencies, that time there were only 3 or 4 photographers. Now there are more than 4 lakh photographers throughout India having all kinds of images with them. So they don't mind giving free of cost, just put their name, they'll say. So now the price has come down drastically. So the clients will go to them because they get it free of cost, or maybe 100 rupees or 500 rupees.
And
So
even
my business is nil in that selling now.
and even low quality images of 50, 60 KB also, with the help of Topaz Lab and all, we can means increase the file size without any loss.
Yes, it would be upscale.
Yeah.
So we will close the show. Is there anybody else asking anything? Yeah, no more questions.
So one last question from me. This is Shorajit from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Sir, Satish sir, that photo that you showed of the Kambala, so that has a
Kamala.
distinct, yes. So
Yeah.
that has a distinct, face, which you can recognize. So, so does it require a release, a model release, or?
No, it doesn't require, because it is taken in one of the cultural
Okay.
event of this thing. So it doesn't require any this thing, and it is part of the festival or the cultural activities. So in those kind of situation, no permission is required, and you can sell the picture also. You can publish it, and nothing happens.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir.
Amitabh ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Excellent
Thank you very much.
presentation.
Thank you.
Wonderful,
Thanks a
Satish.
lot.
मजा आ गया.
Thank
We
you.
enjoyed it.
So I think all questions are taken care. Now, a big thanks to Satish sir for giving such a wonderful presentation.
Anytime, sir. Thank you.
Like what you say, the learn from examples. Truly,
Yeah.
that's what you did, and phenomenal. Like, I'm so impressed with because the genre I practice is the travel photography. So it was one of the
Yes.
finest presentation I have seen.
Thank you, sir.
The response from the participant is also extremely, probably the best so far we have received.
Oh, really?
Almost
Thank you.
the Zoom was almost houseful all through the time. Only
Okay.
towards the end, some people left. Right now, it's showing to be
55. 55 plus
yes,
YouTube.
yes. And YouTube also 50 plus continuously.
Okay.
It's only the last minutes some few people have
Yeah.
50 kind of attendance all through. The presentation was great. I would personally thank some of the stalwarts who were present, like Rohinton Mehta ji, who was there. The Tirth Das Gupta ji was there. Ashok Kandimala sir. Trish Kapoor sir. Few of them who I could see from the screen I mentioned about, and many some I would have missed. विजय सर, अगर आपको याद हो तो आप उनको उनके बारे में बोल दीजिए.
All are equally important, sir, and very many good friends are there.
Everyone is important.
Yes.
We are all friends here.
Yes, sir. So, and the program is successful only because of participants that we know. And we thank everyone for taking part in this event and making this a great success, encouraging us to do more of events. I'm sure the next webinar will be of its own kind and will be also appreciated by all. I would request all those who are present right now to submit their feedback on the WhatsApp group. I would, that will be a pleasure. I welcome even the feedback if they can suggest some shortcomings which we need to take care as an organizer. So that is also, and any other suggestion about webinar or any other activity which Chhayankan can take up, it's most welcome. So thank you. It's your suggestion, your feedback, your participation, your interest into the activity that keeps us active. Otherwise, we will go slow and we will be. So thank you very much. Lots
And
of
along with
wishes
Mr.
for a
H.
wonderful
Satish,
evening.
our
Thanks, Satish.
big thanks to Chhayankan as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a beautiful,
absolutely.
beautiful
Thank you,
presentation and beautifully
Chhayankan.
arranged, beautifully marketed. And thanks to Satish also.
Absolutely.
Being a
Absolutely.
grand
सर
ambassador
Pleasure,
of
sir.
आप भी
Uttarakhand
बहुत
Anytime.
अटेंड कर रहे हैं अमेरिका से ये और भी कुछ लोग थे पर आप एकदम अमेरिका से किए और you have been taking the links and everything actively. So thanks a lot, sir. It means a lot
Thank
to
you.
us.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Bye-bye, Satish.
Good
Thanks a
night.
Thank
lot.
you and good night. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.